All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see? I'm nothing without you. Take my arms, 'cause I'll never use them. Smash that like on the way in. Use it. Smash the subscribe if you haven't already, and ring my bell. And then you'll be ready when I go live or drop a new video. You will always be the first to know. All of me. Why not take all of me? Oh, can't you see? I'm nothing without you. Thanks for being here, Curvies. Thanks for coming through. My voice is a little shaky and scratchy. You know, I'm still getting over that. Whatever crawled in my chest in Monterey. When I went to that conference, I went to a conference in Monterey, California, the day they had the freaking tornado in Santa Cruz, California for the first time ever. It was a freaking tornado. And of course, it blew out something. And it made all the freaking lights in Monterey go out. All the lights were out in Monterey. And the organization that I'm proud to be a part of, called GFI, our leader literally, because we were there and we were supposed to go to their little convention center there in Monterey. They did not have a backup generator that worked, you guys. The leader of my organization made sure that they got a backup generator there to work so that we could have our event. I was like, see, I'm in the right place. Talk about a person who, he literally pivoted and not panicked. He was like, we're not canceling shit. We're not redoing nothing. What's about to happen is we're going to find the kind of backup generator that can work in this facility and still be able to facilitate our conference. And they had to, it was like way out someplace, and they had to have it brought in. And it was a Makita generator, and it looked like the cells for, did you guys ever see that movie Pitch Black? And remember, they had to go get the cells from the other freaking, they had to go get the cells from the other spacecraft that was crashed. And they were like, oh, if we go get those cells, we'll be able to still get off this planet. And so they look just like those. And when I saw them bring them in, I was like, oh, that must be the generator. And sure enough, generator. So you guys, that was a little story while people get a chance to come on in here. Okay. I hope they come on in here. Anyway, today on LRGA Curves, while you're smashing buttons, ringing bells and whatnots, we're going to talk about Twitch boss. You guys, I wasn't going to get into it. You know, he chose who he chose. And that's his prerogative. You love who you love. And that's how it's supposed to be. There is no knocking the love thing, the love train, as far as I'm concerned. Hashtag love wins always. And there have been some revelaciones since the time of the unfortunate passing of Twitch, who died allegedly by his own hand. But I should have put Sloan Bella in the back, because we're going to look at what Sloan Bella, the psychic who predicted all the stuff that's happening with Diddy, Jay-Z, and all the rest of them. So far, she hasn't missed. And she did have something to say about Twitch's passing when it happened. So we're going to listen at that. We're going to listen at his best friend, Manny. That's the guy with his hand on his forehead back there, and the guy with the yellow hat in the corner. That's Manny. Him and Twitch were very best friends, and like for a very long time. That was his brother. And then the girl with the curly hair, that is Twitch's stepdaughter. And she came to the defense of her mother. And so she's there. And then we have the lady with the red lip, the strong red-lipped lady, is the widow of Allison, named Allison. She's the widow of Twitch. They were married. They met on So you think you can dance. And Twitch was like, he was very famous. Remember, me and my mom remember the day that Twitch auditioned for freaking So You Think You Can Dance, and we were like, oh my god, he could dance so good. And then he ended up winning. Didn't he win? Well, he got very far, you guys. And then he ended up becoming a judge, and then he ended up over there on Ellen, and then he ended up in a hotel room, unalived, with his wife's pow pow. That's the alleged story. That's the alleged story. So I did a little bit about it when it initially happened, only because I was like, well, what happened? You know? But now here we are back again, years after his demise. And no, you can't help me. Okay. So he passed away back on December 13th in 2022. Damn. I guess that's not a good 48 hours because my dad passed on December 14th, 2023. OMG. Okay. So the choreographer and producer Stephen Boss, also known as Twitch, passed away on December 13th, 2022 without a will. And I do insurance. Because that's the only way to get the awesome tax advantages and cash accumulation that I teach people about. And it has to be attached to insurance in order for you to experience the benefits of protection, accumulation, and access. So say what you want about insurance, but that's the only place that you can get what you can get. Everybody else is paying a lot on their gains. But if it's tied to insurance, you're not paying anything on your gains. Okay. So there's that. And I also have some information that I did give before about the insurance companies here in California. And basically, I could do a little video on that. Let me make a note of that, on why the California insurance companies have been leaving for years. I've been tracking it for at least 2 years consistently, that insurance companies have been withdrawing from California altogether, or at least stopping covering properties. So there's that. But there's a reason for it. It's not just to bilk the people. It's because there's a reason for it. Anyway, and those people were covered up through the time that they were covered. So it's not like you get nothing. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Something was playing in the background. Did you hear that? Where'd that come from? Anyway. Oh, Cali Nola, I was dropped by 2 companies. One gave me such a hard time that I just gave up, but I still want to get more insurance. Yes. And part of the reason we could go there for a minute before we get into this Twitch thing. Thanks for being here, Callie. Thanks for being here, Bianca, Supermod. Love you guys. But the insurance companies, tell me what the reason was they gave you, or did they give you an explanation? That's what I want to know, is did they give you an explanation, and were you notified prior to being dropped? Because it's my understanding that you would have had to be notified by law within a certain number of days. And so for all the people saying, oh, they just did it, and oh, that, I don't know that can't be true, in my opinion. It can't be. There's laws in place for a reason of notification requirements, and they can't drop you like in the middle of the disaster if they were covering you. So I would love to know the reason that they gave you that you were dropped by 2 companies. Now, as a person that's in the industry, I don't do property and casualty insurance. However, that was a chapter in the book that I had to study for the tests. And part of the reason is, just like a human can get rated for their health insurance or life insurance, a rating is something that is like, there's a table. And they're like, if you're optimally healthy and your blood pressure's fine and your all of this is everything, and you don't have anything in your medical record and all of that, and your BMI is right, and your habits are good, you're not a smoker, you're not a drinker, you exercise, so you're going to get a superior rating. That means you're going to get the best price ever, right? But if you smoke, you drink, you're overweight, your blood pressure's high, you're on meds, and it's all documented in your medical slip like that, like it's an ongoing health issue, um, then you can be rated. And the rating has levels of rating. And so just like a human can get rated for having bad habits, having bad health history, states can get rated. The state of California with the earthquake insurance, they cut that out a long time ago. They was like, oh, we're not covering earthquake shit. You live here, you live here. But we'll insure your house for other reasons. And that did include some types of natural disasters without it being an additional rider, or people might call it, no, like an amendment. A rider is an additional clause to your insurance policy. So you could get a rider to cover natural disasters if they let you, at a premium price though, because you're in a rated county or you're in a rated area. So if you're in a place that floods, rated, but you want flood insurance and somebody's willing to give it to you, you're going to have to pay a lot of money, because you both know the risk involved. And they've been tracking the risk of places like California, New York, Florida, even what happened in North Carolina. They've been tracking these places for a long time. And like I said, here in California, it's been at least 2 years that I've been actively pulling articles and sharing them with my team about insurance companies in California withdrawing their coverage. Because, oh yeah. So, but then also, shout out to the current insurance commissioner. He did a thing today. He did an announcement where he's asking all the insurance companies in California to rescind their revocations or cancellations of any policies within the last year. So it's not just to cover right now, it's within the last year. Okay. So he's making them have to be accountable for what they did used to cover up to a certain point. Okay. Anyway, so I hope that helped. Now on to Twitch. So Twitch is the guy in the middle with the hat, with that excellent smile and all that life. And you can just feel his excellent positive energy, right? So in February 2023, because Stephen didn't have a will after he passed, this is a little backstory. Allison had to file for the California spousal property petition to prove she was entitled for half of the property that was accumulated during their marriage while Stephen was alive. According to the petition, it also included half of his earnings from shares of Stephen Boss Productions, Inc., half of his interest in his Goldman Sachs investment account, half of his interest in royalties from cast and crew production services, and half of his interest in royalties from Disney World Services about the Ellen Show. Under California law, a surviving spouse is entitled to half their spouse's joint estate once they're deceased, absent a prenuptial or postnuptial agreement to modify their interest. Okay, so but he has kids and she's petitioning for half for herself, but there's the question remains that who has a right to the title and the interest to the other half. Now, because there's no will and presumably no trust, which is the only way it could enter probate, the laws of California will prevail in a probate petition. So if you are in California, if anything, they run your name through a data bank as soon as you pass. and any assets that are attached to that name, if they equal over $50,000 in California, you're going to probate. So if you pay taxes on assets in California for $40,000, you're not going to probate. If you paid taxes in California for assets for $50,999, you're going to probate. 50,000 is the line. Okay. So he did not have a will. I can help you with that. You guys know I'm always over here screaming about that. Asset protection, including the asset of yourself, is very important. A will, even a will would have went to probate, but at least they would have known what his wishes were when they finally decide to give you back your money. Now, so because there was no trust, his children, if he has no other children, his 3 minor children will receive 2/3 of the other half of the estate. So they'll get 2/3 of 50%. And his wife will get another third of the other half once it's cleared, according to the laws of succession. So she'll end up with 75% if they already released this half that she petitioned for. So had he or his wife set up a revocable trust, so that's a simple trust. I can get you one for free, people. Get at me. I can get you one for free, or I can get you one for $1,200 if you feel like going and sitting down talking to somebody else like that. So free or $1,200, you decide. You don't really need an irrevocable trust. So they say you can get what you want, but you don't really need an irrevocable trust if your assets aren't plentiful. So like if you have a $500,000 house to $1 million house, you don't have to have an irrevocable trust. If you have a $4 million house, then you might want an irrevocable trust. And you should talk to your licensed professional about that. Or me in California. So had they set up a revocable trust, they could have had the provisions plan for any estate taxes, as well as for the protection of their minor children. Now, married couples should usually do this together because one mind and everything. But had he had, like, let's say he had his own assets and then married her, then he could have amended his trust, but only if it's revocable, a simple trust. You can't make changes to an irrevocable trust unless you have it written in there that you can. So people always say, oh, you can't, oh, you can't. Well, I know people that have written into their irrevocable trust that it can be updated, changed, and the actual, and like more people can get in because they've set up like a generational trust in that place. You know what I'm saying? So that it can be added to and taken from, but it's in the trust that can happen. If you set up your trust that it can't do this until it's this, then it can't do that until it's then. Okay. So yeah. Now, did she get the 50%? We're going to look at that too. But first, everybody knows how he died. Now we're going to share the video on what Sloan Bella said. I've been screaming about it. Sloan Bella is a renowned YouTube psychic, IMO. And she was right about P. Diddy and right about even the Jay-Z of it all so far. And a number of things she said has happened. And when Twitch happened, when he was found in the hotel room, oh yeah, so a little backstory. Remember, there was something about his story. Okay, how did it go? So allegedly, he wasn't in a good place. They may have had an argument, him and Allison. He left the house. In 2022, that would have been kind of gimmicky. And he left the house. She was calling him. It had only been a couple hours. Like it wasn't a full 24 hours. But I think, was it that she went to the police and was like, oh, I'm concerned about him? And while she was at the police station, they got a call about shots fired in a hotel nearby. And did she go there and the police? Well, the shots fired ended up being him. And then they get there and say that it's, by his own hand. And there have been reports that it was Allison's pow pow. And I don't know, none of it sat well with me. I'm like, it's very Robin Williams. You just don't believe it when somebody's so full of life and so full of like making everybody else feel good. But that is also a great way for you to not know that that person has all the demons they have. So it could be a huge coping mechanism for that person. And it's part of how they hide their actual pain. So, like, you really never know. My uncle supposedly was by his own hand, and to this day I don't believe it. But hey, I don't know what was happening, what was talking to his head in the wee hours of the morning that could have possibly had him succumb. And just like anybody else who may have experienced this is a trigger warning, by the way. Anybody else who may have experienced this, we never really know. We think we know somebody. You think you know somebody, Dexter, much? You know what I'm saying? So, like, do you ever really know? So, and even with that, the pain can be so deep, and people can't sometimes get out from under the pain, especially during the demic. Maybe dancing was his joy. Maybe being in front of that audience fed his soul in a way where he was able to, like, pacify the dragon of his pain. And then without having that and being in close quarters with Allison and the kids and everything, maybe the voices just got too loud and he took the thing and went to the room and it was his own hand. But Sloan Bella, yep. Let's see what Sloan Bella has to say. Let me know if you can hear this when it starts playing. Sometimes this shit be tripping, y'all. Do I really only have 4 likes? Can y'all smash the like button on your way up in here? Make It Make Sense is in the house. Make It Make Sense. You're the reason that I'm doing this Twitch thing right now, because tonight on Make It Make Sense, he's going to interview Manny IRL. And I'm interested in what Manny and them have to say. I'm not being all mad at Allison. She has a right to share her experience. I don't know if this is exploitation. I have no idea. But I know it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. There's something that just in the energy of it isn't the feeling that you get. I'm not like, oh, warm fuzzies about it, but I'm not upset either. So let's go. Thanks for liking this video. Okay, let's see.
Entertainment industry doing horrible things. She explained that Twitch had videos, maybe a wire, and even documentation on this person and this group taking advantage of people. And she said that Twitch knew that this group was actually a cult. And after watching the 7M call on Netflix and realizing that Twitch would always collaborate with the 7, Sloan Bella explained the truth about Stephen Twitch boss. She alleged that he was unalived because he was getting ready to expose a group of people high up in the entertainment industry doing horrible things. She explained that Twitch had videos, maybe a wire, and even documentation on this person and this group taking advantage of people. And she said that Twitch knew that this group was actually a cult. And after watching the 7M call on Netflix and realizing that Twitch would always collaborate with the 7M dancers, it made my heart sink when I re-listened to Sloan Bella's reading. She said that this group of people was men and women, but one man that was close to Twitch is the person that came to him, and he was actually a double agent. And if you remember in the 7M documentary, the people would say in this group that they would act like they were friends with people, but as soon as they found out they did something, they would actually go back and report it so that person would get in trouble. And basically, any lies or any secret information would always get back to the leader of the church. And Sloan Bella said that the person that was the double agent was really close to Twitch and his family. And we know that the 7M dancers not only collaborated with Twitch on multiple occasions, but his wife Allison was also usually around during these collaborations. And they said that this group of people not only threatened Twitch, they threatened his family and his children. And we know after watching the 7M documentary, they were talking a lot about SA, a lot to me like it's something about the 7M cult. She explained how it was the cult. She explained how it was 5 people in total that were men and women, but the person that got close to Twitch that was a double agent was a man. And honestly, at this point, I want to. And remember, the leader of this church was getting people into acting. Go ahead and roll you guys this clip of everything that Sloan Bella had to say about Twitch's death. And you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Stephen Twitch, T-Witch, tried to shut him up. They literally tried to shut him up. He's had shit stuck in his mouth, and I'm not talking about a gun. I'm talking about like socks or stuffing or some kind of clothing put into his mouth to shut him the fuck up. The reason he went to the motel on the day that he passed, or the day before he passed, is because he was told that he would be doing it, and it would just be a matter of signing papers, not a problem. Stephen was basically asked by a group of people to gather information against somebody in a high position within the entertainment industry, a high political, physical position. What if the people that asked him to get this information were not actually on the side of said high-end level star? Okay, so what if they weren't on the side? What if they were on the side of trying to take this person down? He agreed to tell them something or to gather said information and or to wear a wire. This person said, you know, this is what's going on over here with this person. We need this information. You can get this information from this person. I'm gathering information. I'm gathering a docket against this person. I have paperwork. I saw this. I heard this. I went to parties. I understand what's going on. I absolutely understand what's going on. So I will help you because I have heard about this. Now, it's not just his boss who he was working for. There are other people involved with this, and there were other people that he was speaking about. There's 5 of them. Very masculine energy, some female energy, altogether 5 of them. They stand like this. They stand like okay, like with a crown on their head, a cape, and like a wrapper of some kind. Like, this is my posse and you're my bitch. And when they found out that he turned information, because the man that he turned information for or did the favor for to find out the information was working both sides of the fence. But he had no idea that this guy was a hidden enemy from behind the scenes. They wanted to know who knew what this guy knew, Stephen, who knew what he knew. He definitely was aware of the occult. He was aware of the undercurrent. I don't want anyone to touch my wife or kids. I want no one to go near my wife or kids. That's why she panicked. She absolutely knew that this was going down, but didn't quite understand exactly why this would be going down, and knows that this was not her husband's actions of his self, of his own actions. This is not what he did. That's why she went to the police station. She was given the information that she could go. She had a very bad feeling, and she kind of was given the information. I can now go to the police station to let them know to find him. And she was hoping that they wouldn't find him the way that they found him. But it's interesting because he went there to keep people away from her. And the way that she talks after he dies is to protect their children, because they threatened his wife and children. They threatened his family. They threatened everything about him. Whoever this man is that met him in the hotel is somebody that's been to his house in front of his family. So this is somebody that's known, and they couldn't have the kind of conversation that this man needed to have with him in order to find out information. And it's really weird because this man who encouraged him to get information, like wear a wire, take pictures, ask stupid questions, whatever it was. This man is the double agent. He was surveilling them and they were surveilling him. I was targeted. I was targeted because I was close to these people, because I was trusted by these people. He was on a chair, hands tied behind his back, threatened 3 men screaming at him. One of them is his friend, possibly lover, somebody who could be considered a lover. I have information. There's the paperwork. I brought it to you. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Well, what are you doing? This is not our arrangement. This is not our deal. Why are you doing this to me? You need to write this. Oh, please don't do this. Please don't do this. Okay? Just please don't do this.
Okay, you guys. So that was what Sloan Bella channeled when
She got 2 babies.
that is what Sloan Bella channeled after Twitch passed. So I wanted to give us that as a little something in a feather in our. Do you think in a million years that somebody could have tied him up in a hotel room, threatened him and threatened his family, and made it so? Let's see if it's gonna populate for you guys, and made it he was no longer in this realm. Do you think? She said a lot more, but that was getting a little troubling. So now let's close that window because it's a lot. And now we're going to look at, I don't really want to hear what Allison has to say, but let's go look for Allison real quick. I should have already had her tab open. I was going to go straight to the Manny of it all because Manny is going to be on Make It Make Sense channel tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, you guys. So make sure you go over there. Best friend. See if she'll come up. There she is. Look, Allison Holker. She has 3.7 million followers. I guess maybe she was famous in her own right, or did she pick up his followers after his passing? Close that tab too. So let's see, where is she? And she has a new boo. Is this her new boo thing? Yeah, because it's been 2 years after he passed, she got a new boo thing. So remember during the demic, they would post a lot and everything. So today she's uncovering. So this was way back in September. And nobody had their panties in a bunch. Maybe because they had not heard the freaking contents therein. Maybe they were just like, oh, it's really going to be a memoir. It looks like a memoir cover. It looks like she's looking off into her life. Right? So way back on September 23rd, 2024, she said, today, my story of love, loss, and embracing the light. It's a chronicle of resilience, embracing change, and finding light, even in the darkest corners of our lives. It's about my dance journey, my love story with Steven, and the unforeseen grief that followed. I hope by sharing my story, I can bring some comfort to those who have also felt loss and are trying to navigate through it. This book is now available for pre-order. Okay? This far book. I can't wait for you to read it. So that was back in September. But now everybody's panties are in a bunch, Allison, because the contents of the book have been revealed. Let's see. Because what you did was you took your ass over to people. You took your ass over to people and you started letting them know what the book was about. Now, back in September, you said it was about you. You said that. And Twitch was definitely part of your life. And you have every right to share your known experience with that man. However, like Mims is saying in the chat, you revealed that when you was cleaning up, you came across some journals. And in those journals, a lot was revealed to you that you had no idea about your man, including that he was essayed allegedly. And so you decide to share that specificity. You decide to share that specificity of his private shit that you didn't even know about in your memoir. That is very exploitive, in my opinion, because that's not your story to tell. That was his shit. He died taking that to the grave. And you basically just outed him. You outed his ghost. You colonized his journals and you outed his ghost for your profit. And then she backpedaled and said, oh, all the proceeds are going to a foundation for S-awareness, for unaliving your self-awareness. You guys know she started the foundation. It's her foundation. She's in charge of all the money that goes there. So she's going to give all the proceeds of the book to herself via this foundation in his memory's honor. I don't know. That's bold. At least put it like in the kids' name or something. The foundation that is like the kids run, his kids also, or something. I don't know how they could do that. But why does she have to be in charge of any of the proceeds if the reason you said that was so it doesn't look like you're profiting off of his book? Everybody knows foundations is the freaking shell thing of everything. Those foundations don't be giving the money to the thing. They spend it all on administration fees. Well, not all of them. I don't want to besmirch their names. I didn't name any specific one. However, did you guys see Casino Royale? About how the whole freaking rich people in Florida, they would hold a freaking gala fundraiser for an organization. They would pick like sharks with ears because sharks shouldn't have to have ears in the ocean. And then they would raise like $1 million for it. And then they would spend it all on their lifestyle until the next gala. And they would give like $10 to the Sharks with Ears Foundation, which happened to be their foundation. But administrative fees was like their living expenses. Everybody, you guys have seen that before, right? Yeah, sounds like a little money laundering, y'all. Sounds like some Oz might be going on. No, Ozark. That was Ozark. Did you guys ever watch that series, The Ozark? They were having to open a heck of businesses to launder all that money from the cartel. Yup. So anyway, in September, she said it was all about her. Now, 5 days ago, we find out that Stephen was hiding so much. It sounds like you might have been a little exploited in your, I don't know, did your editing house decide that your actual information wasn't salacious enough to sell, even if you have 3 million followers? Is that what they decided? And that they were like, oh, you're going to have to include these things. But then it still was her choice to even tell the publishing house that she came across this, that, and the other, and that it said this in particular, and that his 3 minor children who, only have the memory of how many good times they had with their dad now have to have for information as part of their life journey that their dad had died without ever telling anybody that he was SA'd, allegedly, and that, I don't know. What are the kids going to do with that later? That's kind of a lot. I feel like a lot of moms in particular may have chosen not to allow their children to find out that their father, who supposedly unalived himself, may have also endured the pain of knowing that he was SA'd. I would have maybe instead thought a mom might use a lot of teachable moments to offer the space for pain to be shared in a vulnerable, honest way within the time of its happening, creating a safe space for the children of his legacy to like run and tell that if ever they are SA'd. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really want to judge her, but I don't know. I don't know what her point is. And then this like caring look on her face. She's just like, oh, he was hiding so much. Addiction, depression, childhood abuse. Really? What about you, girl? Why do we even know who you are? After the beloved Ellen DeGeneres show star died by S in 2022, Hawker discovered he was battling scary demons. How she navigated her shocking grief, protected their 3 kids. So she calls this protection, you guys. She calls this protection. Protected their 3 kids and is healing with a new love. So she calls this protection. So everybody, we talked just last week about how our points of views and our beliefs are made up off of our experiences, our lived experiences, our culture, how we grew up, what was instilled in us. And then we come up as adults and we're like, we think this and we believe that. So she believes that she said that she's protecting their 3 kids with this book, with all of this stuff, with everything she's doing. Okay? So if she believes that, then let it be so. So mote it be. Okay? Okay. Here's something that she said about it. Are you going to talk to us?
I've had some major lows, as I'm trying to figure this out and navigate this myself, and I'm very scared to ask for help, and I'm learning how much strength it actually shows in me.
Why was she scared to ask for help? Was she scared because she knows that there was 5 people who had him tied up in the freaking room and she was part of the 7? Or was she scared because why would this information scare you? Interesting. That's an interesting word to use at the revelation that your deceased husband may have been SA'd. Or was the revelation in the book part of that the people who were making him do all this stuff and run and tell that had SA'd him? Maybe it was an adult SA situation. And that's why she was scared, because he named whoever was making him do all this stuff. And that's why she was scared. Do you guys think she should have been scared upon the revelation of his journals that say he was SA'd? Is that the right word that you guys would use? I don't know. I kind of feel like that might be a tell. If we were in poker, did her eye just twitch? Was that a tell? Why is she scared?
Decide to stand up for yourself and ask for help and finally lean on someone. I know for me, for the last 2 years, I felt like I wanted to get my kids through everything. I want to get my family through everything. And I want to get all my friends and all the fans and all these people that loved our family so much. I wanted to make sure I could carry them and get them through it. And then I realized, well, wait, I haven't taken a moment to also heal myself. And so it's like I'm learning that what he experienced, I want to be an example of now and show other people they can do it.
So she sounds sincere. She was a handler, Joanne. I'm willing to believe that. Somebody was talking about it this morning from through the lens of, well, how they even came together. It was kind of awkward. They didn't match. It seemed forced. It seemed like they were like insert here, and that has a way of controlling how this black man who's on the rise actually gets to spend the money that it looks like they're giving him, and also being able to ensnare him in situations that he might not have otherwise been ensnared in, because there was talk that of the addiction that she's talking about, somebody immediately, it was either Twitch's brother or somebody came out and they were like, oh, B, it's you that was popping Molly and snorting Coke. You're the one that introduced that shit to him. And now you're here. Oh my God, he had a drug problem. And they're like, she was basically the one with the fanny pack. You know how P. Diddy had that white dude who was with him everywhere with the fanny pack full of the pink powder? Yeah, she was basically that, allegedly, according to the people who are adverse to her revelations that he may have been addicted somehow. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to go to Manny. Manny is the guy that's going to be over on Mims tonight, Manny Cross. And we're going to listen to what Manny has to say to just all of this. Now, this is what he had to say, you guys. This is what he had to say. Can you still see the lies? Okay, let's see. Manny Cross, if you love Twitch, screenshot this and post it on your page. Where this ends today. He did this 4 days ago. Dear Allison, you have lied for the last time on my brother. He was absolutely no addict. You will say and do anything for $1. An addict? You're the one that was messing with Coke, Molly, and X. Now, I guess that's Xanax. I have all the proof. Play with somebody safe, country boy, right here. I don't give up. Every person who knew him knows you're lying and have been doing dirty crap for a long time. Should I post our last conversation? Try me. You have no idea what I have to post. Here's a few questions I have for you, though. Why did you make his mom sign an NDA to see her son's body? Why did his closest friends and family have to sign an NDA to attend his funeral? Why did you lie at the funeral about how every day was magical? It wasn't. He told me everything. You had to try and demonize Nelson, and now I see why. You demonize everyone. You demonize anyone in his life that found out the truth about you. You will say his friends aren't his real friends. You will discredit anyone that knows the truth. You're a toxic woman, and I truly believe he would still be alive had he not been married to you. My only regret is telling him to work on it with you for the sake of the kids when he talked to me about leaving you. I just didn't know the full truth. Just like everyone that supports you, you were both in the same situation, married to toxic narcissists. Oh, no, we were both. That's we. Let me make this bigger, larger. We were both in the same situation, married to toxic narcissists that love black men as a fetish. That we lie and cry wolf and twist narratives and so-called evidence to be a victim and make $1. We didn't have our dads the way we wanted. So we persevered through the bullshit to be the best fathers we could. Today is the last day you do this. I was contacted about a TV show last year, and after sending their condolences about me losing Steven, guess what the producer said about you? The same thing all of them say about you. You are a money-hungry, lying narcissist that will play victim and say and do anything for $1. Last question. Wasn't it your gun, your pow he used? keep playing with my brother's name. This is the year of truth. Everything is offline. Nothing is off limits. AHDIVERER. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Keep playing, bitch. Keep playing. Because not only is she playing on Twitch's name.
I told you, girl. I told you in our last conversation what was going to happen. You ain't listen. And now look at them comments. Look at what Courtney said. Courtney, the one you confided in.
Okay, this says, anyone who knows me knows that I'm a straight source, direct conflict, and handle my business. Since there's clearly no shaming in being so public, I haven't said a word in 2 years, but here I go. I was there the moment you both connected. I was there the day you got engaged. I stood by your side on your wedding day. I was in your home the day he died. I was by your side because your husband was my family. It didn't matter how often we spoke, how often we saw each other. We were bonded. IVER. I don't know why it says. Oh, 4. Is that the new way of writing 4? Oh, IV. Yeah, the Roman numeral 4. Oh, IVER. Oh, okay. I get it. Forever. This is by far the most tacky, classless, opportunistic act I have ever seen in my entire life. We all had to sign some weird NDA to attend his funeral, even his own mother, who you have treated like garbage this entire time. And let's just remember, you wouldn't have even had a husband if it wasn't for her. Not to share anything or ruin his name as if you, let me make this a little bigger because mama's eyes, can I don't want it to move though. There we go. If it wasn't for her, not to share anything or ruin his name as if that was on anyone's mind in the first place. And here you go, writing a book with all that dirty laundry smearing his name and attempting to dim the bright, loyal, loving light that your husband, my friend, was. Whether any of it is true or not is actually besides the fucking point. This is how you protect the boss name you so quickly dropped on your social media platforms 48 hours after he passed. His legacy. This is how you protect his children from further humiliation, hurt, and despair. This is what you want them to remember about him. You have moved on and you're living your life and you're on every red carpet you can get on, every celebrity row you can sit in, every magazine you can be in. And you needed this. Get a journal, bitch, a therapist, a friend. But publishing a book, shamelessly sharing the pages of your husband's journal, People magazine? What a joke. Yes, he took his own life, allegedly. It's still a fact that you can't fathom. He was clearly having mental issues, hurting so deeply. And this is your example of empathy, of love. This smear campaign for a buck is absolutely not what he would have ever wanted, no matter how bad he was hurting, not for a second. You're a living, breathing bulldozer. Stick to your own demons. Shame on you, Allison. Shame on your money-hungry team. Let my friend rest in peace.
The one you confided in. The day he departed, the one that was there from the beginning. Look what she said. Everybody go read Courtney Platt's post. Go read my post.
Oh, we just read that. Yeah, because I was like, what's AHDIVER?
You know good and well that man wasn't no addict. All this to sell a book? Huh? Sorry. Hey.
Lies. Next.
So y'all remember when I said in my last video, go look at what Comfort posted. Do y'all know who Comfort is? A big player in the game of entertainment. Her and my bro Steve was like this since here. So I'm about to post what she posted. She being close to Steven way before he knew Allison.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
She been in this relationship with Steven before Steven was even the Steven that y'all know. She was associate choreographer on the new movie Wicked. She's a GOAT in this game. I'm about to post what she posted. Let's see what she posted.
Okay. If you truly loved your late husband, our Stephen Laurel boss, did I pause it? For too long, I've stayed silent, quietly supporting the family as I've watched it unfold, signing NDAs. Oh, I thought we just read this. When Stephen passed, I called and was left on reading this day. You didn't even tell me about the funeral. I had to assert myself to ensure I was there because the family and our closest friends wanted me by their side. Stephen and I shared a bond that was genuinely honest and unshakable. Since his death, I've watched his children be isolated from an entire side of the family. My heart aches for them because they deserve love, unity, and a full picture of who their father was. I still have hope that reconciliation is possible, but calling out the truth is necessary for that to happen. Stephen and I, along with several others, got matching tattoos. IV real, IV ever. It was a bond that symbolized loyalty, love, and unity, keeping us locked no matter what. This is the kind of person Stephen was, someone who valued those connections deeply. To see that bond disrespected in how you've handled this legacy is beyond heartbreaking. Stephen was one of the most mindful, respectful, loyal people I've ever known. If the roles were reversed, he would never exploit personal battles or share intimate details of someone he loved, especially not for profit or attention. Love means protecting those battles, even in death, and carrying their struggles as their own, not using them as a platform. Stephen's death is a devastating, unresolved tragedy. The man who I knew had plans for his life. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't feel like, and that's the weird thing. How many people who have experienced this don't believe it because their friend had plans in their life? Like my uncle, who they say did it, like he had just called like 2 days before. He's like, oh my God, I got that job. Oh my God, I got that loan for my business. Oh my God, everything was like working out. They had tickets. They literally had paid for their tickets to go on like a golf tour, and they were supposed to be leaving like the next week. And it just doesn't seem like, I don't know. So anyway, when you have plans, or maybe those plans were to fill a hole, I don't know. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. Anyway, he had plans filled with hope, purpose that didn't align with what has been portrayed. Something about all of this has felt so off from the very beginning. If you've ever had the same feeling, you're not alone. Stephen was a beautiful soul, but one who was trapped in a facade. And now, in hindsight, it's painfully clear he was living with the enemy. Ooh. Ooh.
So y'all remember when I said in my last video, when it comes to a little girl, y'all, that's a 16-year-old little girl. Don't talk bad about her. She just...
So I too was going to play what the 16-year-old girl said, but I'm not going to where kids are. She thinks she's helping. She actually, I don't know, she maybe it's a little teeny tiny bit of clout, Perhaps it's a little teeny tiny bit of clout because children should be seen and not heard in this respect. I don't feel like she should feel like she has a cross to bear for her mother. Her mother made this bed, let her mother lie in it. And, 16-year-olds having to defend the actions of their mother because it's what we are seeing is, see, was this protecting anybody, Allison? Your 16-year-old fucking daughter thinks she needs to protect you, Allison, because of your actions of taking this man's private memories and deciding to share them in a book as a form of protection. When I bet she could have said, oh my God, I experienced so many things. I found out horrible things in his journal pages, things that I can never share with anyone, but now I know, and da 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 da. She could have went that route. She could have totally went that route if protection was the thing she wanted to do. But sometimes the way colonizers protect you is by bulldozing your house.
Trying to defend her mama the best way she can because she just don't know what she don't know. Leah, leave her alone. She is off limits. Let her say what she want to say. As a 15, 16-year-old little girl, let her say what she want to say. She don't understand. But tomorrow, yeah, I'm posting some receipts. So, when it comes to that little girl, y'all, that's a 16-year-old little girl. Don't talk bad about her. I had a bad connection on my live. I'm about to go, I'm going to fix this connection real quick. Let everybody know I'm going live at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Oklahoma time. I'm in Oklahoma right now. I'm going live, and I'm going to prove that it's all facade. Everything you see, everything they saying on social media, I'm going to prove that this individual is not who they claim to be. They really don't care. And I got the 100% proof of that. I got it. Came for the wrong person. And for 2 years, we've been quiet for the sake of my friend's mama and his kids. But enough is enough. Mama said, let's go.
Ooh, Mama said, let's go. Mama said, let's go. So now we're going to hear it, you guys. Here's what he said. This is the live he did at 7. I'm going to let it play for you. Thanks for being here. Smash the button. Share this out. Let's get the word out. He wants this shared. He wants everybody to know this bitch is lying as far as he's concerned. He wants the side of the story told from his perspective. You guys should be sharing this video out, letting your friends know to come through. Yeah. So then when we go to Mim's house later, we can know what the fuck he's talking about. Okay? So go ahead. Come through. Come through.
We're going to end this all today. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear it? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it.
Can everybody hear me? Is it clear? Is the connection good? Oh, don't be nervous. Ain't nothing to be nervous about.
Thank you, Be More Shorty. I love you. Did you guys know I love you?
Right there. Okay. Everybody can hear me. Okay. Okay.
You guys, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Oklahoma, yep. Depression involves your brain chemistry. Yes. Saying he could have chosen to do this is like saying dementia. You can't choose to remember. I get it, Callie Nola. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we have no idea. We have no idea. Part of it is the cover up, right? Like Miss Wesley, yep, A Child's Place. And that's the thing. Like, yeah, that's too bad that she would have to put herself in the middle of all this fray. But we're about to listen to Manny Cross. He's calling this end game. You came after my friend. You came after Captain. You came after him while he was down, hurting and facing an army of darkness alone. You thought you'd be able to destroy him while you rose to power, deceiving the masses, all to take him away from our hearts of all those he touched. And while he isn't there in body, his spirit still stood against you. And it seemed like he was all alone until he heard, Captain, can you hear me on your left? We started showing up one by one. We came with our friends, our family, people from different backgrounds, cultures, different parts of the world to make it clear that he wasn't alone. And once we have all come together to face all the lies, I can hear him say, Avengers assemble! Your weapon was to story a lie. We all have assembled, and we will conquer your weapon, lying story about him with greater weapons, stories about him that will show the beautiful light that he was while he was here. I have stones. I have the stones. Come after me. I don't care. I am Iron Man. I am love. I have love. I deserve love. Snaps fingers. You're defeated. Ooh. Oh, so that's why I opened with Iron Man. Or was that Captain Shield? Did you guys see that? I'm going to show us one more time, and then we'll let it play. Because that was very powerful. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. See, he's Iron Man with the stones. Oh, I saw. Okay. So we know that's going to say something for a couple of minutes. Let's see. In my opinion, he's throwing around the word narcissism because he doesn't want to accept someone could marry and have kids with a Black person and they'll be a little racist. Sorry, had a phone call. Oh, don't worry about it. I don't think she's a narcissist. I think what we're seeing is more subconscious racism than narcissism. Yeah, like she fetishized him. He was great for dick and for arm candy, and he looked and he could dance great. And now comes some empathy that needs to be engaged. But because fetishes don't usually garner empathy, where did it at? Where'd it go? There it is. There it is. Over there. Not here.
Look at Carol. That's the homie right there. Okay. So everybody can hear me. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to cover two things. Just so if you try to say something back, ain't nothing you can say. I'm going to cover two things real quick. So, first, let me say this. There are two types of people. Y'all understand? Some people, they just ain't ever going to believe what we saying. They just do not understand what we saying. This woman could have taken him out and they still gonna say, well, they gonna make an excuse. So there's two types of people. Some people understand exactly why we are angry. Some people understand exactly why this is so messed up. Like they get it. And my advice to those who understand, my advice to you is stop trying to argue with people in comments who don't get it. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Don't argue with these people in comments. Don't argue with these people who say, oh, y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, they can hear me. So don't argue with the people. Don't argue with them. And guess what? If they don't get it, they don't get it. If they don't understand why we would defend somebody like Steven, then they don't understand nothing. So it ain't nothing for us to try to we're trying to convince people. We're trying to convince it ain't don't try to convince these people of nothing. You hear what I'm saying? Okay, so watch this. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I post this stuff. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I post this. What's your screen? Oh yeah. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I show everything. what you are seeing happen, okay? People trying to say, oh, they family, his family and friends is saying all this and blah, 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 blah. Let me tell y'all what y'all seeing before I show y'all the ugly truth. Do you remember that scene in Avengers Endgame? At the very end of Avengers Endgame, what you see is Captain America. Okay, and I'm gonna use this because me and Steven was nerds. He was Superman. If everybody who knew him know that he was DC, I'm Marvel, right? So Steven was Superman. Okay, I'm Iron Man. All right, but I always saw Steven as Captain America. How crazy that this whole situation has happened. But I'm gonna use this as an example of what I mean. In the last scene, what you seeing happen, what you're seeing happen right now on social media, with all these people speaking up, what you're seeing is Stephen's spirit by himself. Okay, you got this whole army of darkness against this one man. Okay, and what you see is him. He's down. He's out. You know, he's beaten up. This was his spirit. Okay, but he is still fighting. So he is walking towards this army of darkness by himself. Do y'all see it? And he's walking to his army of darkness by himself, and he knows he know they're gonna take him out. Ooh, what you see his friends doing right now is we said on your left. That's what you see. You see his friends say on your left. And I'm walking, hey, the homies is walking up out. You got Courtney spoke up. You got Andy Lasser spoke up. Ellen DeGeneres, he was with Steven every day. You see him speaking up. You see Phil Wright spoke up. Phil said, man, I'm sorry I didn't speak up earlier. These are famous people who can lose jobs, who can lose brand deals. These people just speaking up. On your left. On your left. The portals are opening up. People is speaking up because we was quiet. Look at Comfort. Comfort spoke up. We can lose jobs and branded, but we don't care because the portals is opened up. And I'm not saying she's Thanos. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the concept. And I know they're going to come after me. They're going to try to bring up my past, the little thing. I don't give a... Hey, listen to me, man. I don't give a damn. You hear me? I don't care at all. The portals is opening up, and we about to speak. Captain America ain't going to fight this fight alone at all. He ain't fighting it alone. And here's the thing. For 2 years, we was quiet, y'all. We was quiet. We had to sit quiet in that funeral. And the funeral looked like 1921. It was segregated. It was all the white people, whole bunch of white people over here. I mean, you should have seen it. You should have seen it. She got up there talking about, every day was magic. All his friends who knew was just sitting there. We were just quiet, out of respect. We've been quiet. This is the year where the toxic woman comes down, bro. Bro, I'm telling you. We was quiet for the sake of his kids. We was quiet and look at Courtney Platt. That's a famous person. Her husband famous. She came out and said, look at Comfort. Comfort just the associate choreographer, bro, for the movie Wicked. It just came out, bro. Are you hearing me? These ain't regular people. These ain't people who just ain't got nothing to lose. These people got everything to lose. And that should tell you this. Here's that should tell you what type of person he was. That he ain't even here in the physical form. But the people who are here are ready and willing to lose behind defending him. On your left. I'm Iron Man. I'm Iron Man. So guess what? So now let's go and get to these receipts. Let's go and get to these receipts because, see, I told you. In that last conversation we had, I told you. On your left. That's the new one. On your left. Yeah, Captain America ain't fighting this alone. That was a good man, y'all. That was such a beautiful person, y'all. Man, we didn't agree on everything, but what friends do, like that. The Bible says, "Iron sharpens iron," the way a brother sharpens himself. You know, iron can't sharpen iron without friction. It's gonna be sparks, and that's what makes you close, man. And I can't believe she did this, man. And I ain't attacking her personally, man. But you lying, bro. You lying on it for some money, girl. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and shut this on down. Let's shut this all the way down. So she's on TV portraying this image, right? Like, oh, mental health and blah, blah, blah. Listen to me. That lady don't care about his mental health. And I told you I was nice at first, yo. And everybody who know me know I'm very nice in the beginning. You hear me? But when you start crossing people I love, when you start crossing, his kids gonna see this one day. Nah, we cool. So she's talking about when it came to the NDA, acting like she cared about the NDA. Listen to me, y'all. The person that you are seeing, these people ain't lying. And I gave her the benefit of the doubt. His mama ain't lying, yo. His brothers, they are not lying. They ain't. They are not lying, y'all. You hear me? Was she acting like, oh, sensitive, but that ain't how she is behind closed doors. Check this out. Listen to this.
Allison, y'all, I have been celebrated.
Hold on.
From how I've handled this and protected.
You actually think that it is cool? Okay. To make his mama sign listen to this. The NDA thing, right? The whole NDA thing, and how she was acting like, oh, here come the receipts. I'm about to play it for you right now. So remember how she's trying to act about the NDA? Oh, no, NDA. We only did that because blah, blah, blah. Y'all, she don't give a damn. She don't give a damn at all. She said, this is what she said. She said, yep, I made her sign the NDA, and I'll make her sign it again. Yep, every day of my life. That's what she said. Now, she gonna lie to you, okay? And she gonna say she didn't say that. He's lying. But I'm about to play it for you real quick. Hold on. Let me come in here. Real quick so you can really hear it real clear. I'm gonna let you hear it real clear. Check this out. Listen to this. Listen to this here. I got you. I got that. I told you, girl. I told you. Listen to this. Listen. You actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
To see his
I would
body.
do it again and again and again.
Why would she even sign an NDA to see his body?
It's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand that Stevens even asked her to do it.
He didn't ask her to sign.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
You hear that? Why would she even sign an NDA to see his body?
Great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand.
I got your ass. I told you. He didn't ask her to sign an NDA to see his body. What's this? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Did anyone ever tell you?
What's this? In a party, an NDA for a party, the NDA's for a party.
And asking his mother to
No. It's not the same thing. I have had the NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her, how to sign an NDA. Now, did you know this?
That's different than signing an NDA.
No, that came from Steven.
Okay. You would never post a picture of Steven in the day, right? That's right.
Yeah, but I'm also in the industry, and also I don't know all the people that were in that way. By the way, because you're asking this question trying to set me up, I didn't know the people that were invited.
No, I'm not trying to set you up. I'm asking you. You would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? So if you say you wouldn't, why would you think that Connie would do that? That's what I'm asking you.
I was also going off of advice for people. So, I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know why you weren't expecting me to have done this before. But also, just so you know, by the way, meanwhile, do you know that Steven has asked Connie to sign an NDA before? This was not her first time signing an NDA. I don't know if you knew this.
I mean, I've signed NDAs before. I think it's more...
Connie had to sign an NDA to go to one of our parties. Did you know this?
That's different than signing an NDA.
No. That came from Steven. And Steven was like, don't make my mom have to sign an NDA now. Connie had to sign an NDA for Steven to come to a party, and Steven asked her to sign it.
Allison, I'm saying...
This is not...
I'm saying her signing an NDA. I'm saying her signing an NDA to see her son's body. Her signing an NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her before she could come into a party.
That's different. You don't understand how that's different?
Okay, so wait, why was Steven wrong in asking his mother to sign an NDA?
No. It's not the same thing. I've had family sign NDAs for like different things. I'm talking about to make his mama. So you telling me you don't see the difference in a party? An NDA for a party, Allison, other than...
Yeah, well, I know this. I'll say this.
Then making his mama see his...
Steven would definitely have my family... By the way, my family also had an NDA, no questions asked. It doesn't matter who it is. It was protecting Steven, and it was the right choice.
You think that was protecting Steven, making his mama... Pause. It don't matter who it is, she said. It don't matter who it is, she said. Let's keep it going. Because apparently, that woman seeing her son's body is equivalent to going to a party. Lord Jesus, help me keep my spirit right. On NDA.
Context of
to see his body?
So it's a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I've been celebrating.
That was protecting Steven, making his mama sign an NDA.
Context of
to see his body?
So it's a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I've been celebrating. Outside y'all, I have been celebrated from how I've handled this and protected Steven.
Listen, you actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
Y'all heard that? So, come for me. I told you what was going to happen. I told you what was going to happen. I told you. I don't give a damn. You better ask somebody about me. Everybody who know me know. I'm the same Emmanuel. I ain't no perfect man by no means, but you ain't about to do this to this man and he ain't here. You ain't about to do that. Sweetheart, no. You're not about to do that. And then she talking about going to put a book out.
Oh, it was when he was a kid.
For some money? Y'all, she claims she didn't know. So if she didn't know, then he didn't want her to know. So if he didn't want her to know, why would a wife and show it to the world?
Right. That part.
Yeah. Y'all want some more? Watch this.
Yeah.
I've been holding this in for about 2 years, going through my own divorce.
I want some more likes.
That's just like her.
I want some more likes, please.
Yeah, this is the year. These type, come down. You're coming down. Let's go. What else? She said, mental health, right?
Oh, I can pause him real quick.
So
wait, can I? Yeah, there. So this is Manny Cross. He is the best friend of Twitch boss, formerly on the Ellen Show, who was found unalived in a hotel room in Los Angeles. And you guys, I told you that little pre-story about how like he came to be found, how it wasn't a 24 hours missing situation, and she was already at the freaking police station. And now this Manny Cross guy has brought up that it was her pow pow, and now she's besmirching his good name, all for money with NDAs. Now the only reason an NDA, now after hearing Sloan Bella, who we listened to, the psychic earlier, who said that he was bound and that he had things stuffed in his mouth and that they were giving him the razzmatazz before he passed. Maybe that's why there was some kind of NDA, was so people couldn't describe what they saw. But even still, I agree with Callie. I think it might be some type of invalidity going on, because you're signing it under duress, because your person's dead, so your emotions are high. You just want to get in the freaking funeral. Sure, fuck it, give it here. Let me sign this thing under duress, because had I not been so emotional, I might not have been signing this thing right now. You know what I mean? So she created an environment that coerced a signature. If I was her lawyer, that's the kind of shit I would be saying. But I only play a lawyer in my head. But yeah, so now we have Manny exposing recordings with him and Allison, who, remember, we showed her entry on September 23rd, 2024, when she's like, oh, I'm writing my memoirs. It's about me and love and life after grief and da 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 da. And then the people cover is Stephen was addicted to drugs, and there's SA, and I'm protecting the kids. And it's like BS. Where's that little white boy when you need him? When he's like, bullshit. I like that meme so much. Bullshit. But yeah, we're calling bullshit, and so is Manny. And Manny's nod to the Marvel world is very endearing to me, because if they were nerds, that is beautiful that he's like giving them, like he's setting up the scene for us. You know what I'm saying? Like him, and you can totally picture him and Steven setting up the scenes in their freaking conversations. They might have been 420 in or whatever. And like, they're like, yeah. And then we the way he set the scene for us with everybody coming together and we're all uniting and, you know, to bring her down. Like, yeah, like I appreciated that. He shared a little bit of that insight into the energy he would share with Steven around that. I could totally feel it. I don't know if you guys was there with me, but I totally felt it. Them calling the older lady Connie. Do you prefer a miss in front of that because she's an elder? You know, or do you like want him to acknowledge that that's his mother, Connie? Or, you know, people do take a lot of liberties with people's names these days. He was also a great provider, even for her child that was not his. Yeah, the little girl that went on to defend her mother in the expose of her stepfather, who raised her since she was a baby. I did catch that much of it. The little girl, Whitley is her name, said that he raised her from the time she was a baby. So they were together for like for like 15 years, it seems, if she's 15, 16. So yeah, they've been using his resources. Yes, for the dramatic tone. Ooh, I've been told, I did try back in the day, they used to have 1-800 numbers, and I had saw this. Anybody who knows. So I went and found this ad in the back of a newspaper. Those are things that used to tell us our news, and you could have them delivered to your houses, you guys. Anyway, so, or in the back of the Guardian classifieds, that was a good place to look. And so it was pre-Craigslist. Like you literally had to like thumb through stuff and circle it and then call it yes. So I like would circle this number, and it was like, ended up being like for 1-800 nut here. And I had to do like this full-on interview where I was talking all like this, and I was like, and then, oh, tell me what you have on. Oh, that sounds so nice. Are you nice or are you bad? And so I would have to yeah, so right on for the dramatic. I have a lot of different personalities in here, and I can pull out different tones anytime. Needless to say, I got the job, but I did not keep the job because I was like, I kind of went home feeling a little gross. You know what I mean? Like you get like so many calls in a day. That's a lot of freaking energy. You know, that's a lot of horn dog energy. Like, I don't know. It takes a certain kind of bitch to be able to have like phone nut on them all day. Takes a certain kind of bitch. Okay. And it turned out that I wasn't her. I had the voice for it, but I wasn't that type of bitch. Anyway, so let's see. Anything else? Let's see. Email that trash Mary probably get rid of. Everybody, hello. It's throwing around the world. Okay, so it looks like I caught up on these here comments. Oh, wait. Out of respect, call his mom Miss Connie. Yeah, that's good. Still his mother. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly. Do you think the attention will be given to Diddy case is what inspired her to possibly make these things up? I'm not convinced with these diaries and substance. Hey, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. A YouTube attorney already went through the NDAs for the funeral aren't valid for any reason. Ooh, so that means they can write a tell-all about how this bitch made them sign NDAs, all from their POVs, and all of them would sell. All of them would sell just to give. I mean, did you guys see that freaking Heidi Montag is #1 on the freaking Billboard charts because people are trying to give her a leg up because everything got burned in the, well, they do have another house, but still, no, they're at Spencer's dad's house, I believe. And yeah. So, but yeah, there's people would support their family members on that, I believe. I don't know. You think so? I think so. Anyway, let's let him keep going. Again, thanks for being here. Share this video out. He has some more to say. Again, this man, Manny Cross, is going to be on Make It Make Sense channel tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm not sure where you are. I'm Pacific in California. He's in, didn't he say Oklahoma or did he say Ohio? Damn. Something with the O, he said. And he's there. But Mim said it's going to be at 7 p.m. Central Time. So let's let him finish getting it out. And he wants the word out about this, you guys.
Shout about mental health, mental health, mental health, mental health. She didn't give a damn about his mental health. She didn't give a damn about his mental health. She didn't give a damn about his mental health. Dismiss his mental health like it ain't nothing. Like it ain't nothing. You want to hear it? Okay, watch this real quick.
Yeah, we want to hear it. He needs to be on a housewife franchise with all these receipts. Yeah.
Where is it at?
Although Brittany on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City just got in trouble for recording people without their knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Only because we're trying to protect Steven in this.
Hold on.
So I said, Connie, please.
Watch this.
The number came back from D and it was bigger.
Watch this.
And
Okay.
send me your list. She sent me your list. That's sorry.
Hold on.
We should not do an open casket week because
there's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the NDAs in order to go to our friend's funeral. I didn't like.
Do you know the context of it before we move on? Own people, and that is a beautiful thing.
But what are we talking about right now?
I'm trying to get
about you
because I never relied on Steve.
I said about me not hanging out with you.
Personal, oh my God!
I'm just correcting you on what you just said. Now with him, I didn't hang out with you. And now he was a lot of people's friends. He friends kids. Oh.
It's my husband.
Yeah, and it was
other people.
Yeah.
So don't come for me and try to all be like this awful you guys are being about me.
Allison, you are Allison. Like we ain't got to yell. We didn't talk, Allison, because you didn't answer. So Allison, if you can be on social media, Allison,
I was crying in my backyard for almost 4 months straight. And then I got back to talk about how awful you guys are being about me.
Allison.
Oh, he has multiple sources of people.
Yeah.
So don't come for me and try to all be like this.
Wasn't the truth?
The truth? You don't even know the truth because it's not your story to be told, my guy.
It is my story.
Watch this.
It is my story to be told.
Watch this.
My friends' kids.
Watch.
It's my husband.
Watch this.
And it was my friend before he was your husband. He was my friend before he was your husband, though. What? He was my friend before he was your husband. He was a lot of people's friends. He was not just your husband. He's a lot of people's friends.
Husband, he wasn't friends.
He was a lot of people's friends.
What's the?
You hadn't even ever hung out with us.
There she go right there.
I hadn't even.
Listen to me. So here's what she gonna do. I'm gonna tell you right now what she gonna do. Ask people like Tony Bellissimo, Comfort, his friend. What she'll do is she'll say you weren't his friend. That's what she'll do. She'll say you weren't his friend, right? She'll say you weren't his friend. Anybody that comes out and says anything that got any type of truth, she'll try to say, oh, well, you weren't even his friend. No, nigga, we wasn't your friend. Yeah, we wasn't your friend. We wasn't your friend. We knew him before you knew him. We knew him before you knew him. What are you talking about? His mama ain't lying, y'all. His brothers ain't lying. Courtney Platt ain't lying. Comfort ain't lying. And, like, these people aren't lying. Nelson ain't lying. Oh, they came for Nelson, right? Okay, they came for Nelson. They'll try to bring things out and say, oh, well, Nelson, Stephen had this against Nelson. Listen to me, man. Nelson is rough around the edges. Everybody who know Nelson, know he's rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, and I'm not saying Nelson been perfect at all. Here's what I am saying though. Nelson and Stephen were actually brothers. You know, brothers get into it. And at one time I had an issue with Nelson. I'm like, this nigga be talking like he just, but guess what? Nelson, 10 toes down, is a good dude. But when it comes, you ain't gotta agree with somebody on everything. But look at who has the family's back. You hear me, y'all? He been here. Hey, he done stood 10 toes down for this family, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So anybody try to talk some crap about Nelson, oh, back in the day, Nelson did this. Back in the day, so back in the day, y'all done something. We all done something back in the day. And while we talking about Nelson, because people want to bring Nelson up, right? They want to bring up Nelson, right? And they want to say something like, oh, he was a this and he was that and blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen to this. Look at the family. And then some. He done held the family down and then some. That was his real brother. Brothers get into it. Oh well. Y'all all done got friends. Y'all done got into it. But he held him down. Now watch this. She wasn't talking about an addict, right? She want to say people was on drugs and she found drugs, blah, blah. Yo, I'm going to ask you legitimate questions. What about all that coke and that Molly and that X? What about that? Huh? What about all that coke and that Molly and that X you was on? I love Nelson. Nelson said, who was Nelson? Nelson's a good dude. And, yeah, that was his brother. But what about all that coke and that Molly and that X? You know what I'm saying? That you was on. I mean, I'm just saying, yo, listen. I'm just that friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that friend. You know that one friend, it's like a group of friends, right? And like, it's a friend that's like, they all kicking it, and then like, they all sitting down in the lobby or something, and then somebody walk in and they talk crazy to somebody. Steven is the friend that'll be like, hey, guys, come on now, that's Steven, right? And he might not say anything. He might just kind of look around. I'm that friend to say, hey, bro, chill, man, chill. We ain't done nothing to you. I'm gonna eventually get irritated. What you're seeing right now is me irritated. Right. Oh, watch this. After the funeral,
I only referenced Heidi Montag because the people are finding a way to support people who they want to support. And I saw that they were getting supported because they like she started singing her song again or something. And yeah, Heidi needs to go back into seclusion. We don't care. Yeah, OMG. I didn't know that they didn't get an evacuation order. We essentially had a fire tornado. This whole city probably should have been evacuated. No joke. Yeah, they did not get a order. The people did not get notified. They didn't get that alert that comes on everybody's phone in the state of California. They didn't get, because they had actually tested that already, that natural disaster thing. And remember, didn't President Trump make it so we had to get that download on our phones for the national emergencies or some stuff? Anyway, but I know if here in California, we definitely have a statewide emergency thing that's like this happened in your area if it happens, you know? And that did not happen for Altadena, a historically Black neighborhood in Los Angeles. It was like the first founded Black neighborhood in that part of the valley. Those who know that Los Angeles was actually founded by Black people. Leave it to us. I mean, we started everything. But yeah, do your own due research and check out if you can also find the fact that Los Angeles was started by the Blacks. Yeah, the Blacks. So shout out to and California is named after Queen Califia, who was a Black Amazon queen here in California, the land of gold. And her Amazon warrior sister goddesses would guard this land and all that it pervaded until she made a really bad battle decision. And yeah, ended up losing. But her legend remains. Let's see. Okay, so let me show you this real quick because I'll show you. You might not know. I don't know if you know, but you know, I love a learning opportunity. So if you just say Los Angeles started by Blacks. By Black. What? Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. I guess that was after I guess it was after it was colonized from the Mexicans, because Mexico used to be really close to Louisiana, y'all. But yes, African Americans were among the founders of Los Angeles in 1781. Yep. Of the 44 original founders, known as the Pobladores, 26 were of African descent. Yes, yes, yes. This the history of African Americans in Los Angeles is rich and complex, from the founding to civic affairs to politics to design. So yeah, the largest county over there, the history of African Americans in Los Angeles. So by proxy, Altadena, which is like the valley of Los Angeles County in Southern California. And I mean, there are several valleys, but that's San Fernando Valley is what's being encroached on right now with the fire. But yeah, Altadena's gone and they're giving the people a really hard time. And the people are returning to their houses. The fires all started at the exact same moment. I showed you guys the footage. The fires are started at the exact same moment on January 7th in mountainous regions. And they're having footage now of people leaving the area with looking like they just set that shit. In addition to many, many arsons are happening. People are alleging that it's so that they can make a smart city. And this is the fastest way to get the land ready for that. Some people are like, fire is the way of cleansing the earth. Some people are like, why was the wind blowing that way instead of that way? Some people are like, all three fires at once and then one behind the Hollywood sign. Okay. Yeah. So it's feeling very targeted and like there's some kind of plan going on. And then did you guys hear about the Bronx fire? Horrible fire. I think it was yesterday, broke out in the Bronx. And then a transformer blew up in Texas and started a fire. And yeah, so lots of things are happening. Lots of things are happening. Be careful. So let's get back to Manny. Are you going to talk, Manny?
Who was the one that took the whole family out to eat and honored his name? Nelson. You want to talk about Nelson? Talk about that. Had the whole family at his house. Talk about that. Talk about that. Talk about that. We want to bring up Nelson. Bring up everything. Who was getting you that money? Who was getting you that money, Nelson? Who was getting you those gigs, Nelson? Huh? Who was doing that, Nelson? When all them producers were saying, hey, man, don't bring her on here. When all them producers were saying, hey, man, who was still getting you a check? Nelson. I mean, we gonna talk. See, the truth got 2 years. Nobody will remember my name, nobody's name anyway. We all gonna be dead anyway. And everybody that knew the gossip or knew what happened, it's all gonna be done anyway. Don't nobody care. I'm gonna tell it how it is, bro. I'm gonna tell it how it is. So we gonna talk about Nelson, but say everything. Say all of it. Say all of it. Say it all. Now, watch this. Hung out with you. What are you talking about? You didn't even hang out with us.
I hadn't even ever hung out with us.
I hadn't
even ever hung out with us.
I hadn't even hung out with you. What are you talking about?
Yes.
What are you talking about? I ain't hung out with you. I done hung out with him. I done hung out with him.
Coming here to say what we were
I didn't hang out with him.
A lot of people are all the time.
No, I didn't hang out with him. I didn't hang out with you. And that was a situation with a lot of people. People loved him. A lot of people didn't know you.
A lot of, but yeah, because weird. Oh my God, crazy. I have my own group of friends.
Yeah, so then don't bring it up then, sweetie. Then don't say stuff like you never even hang out with us. Don't say that.
Weird. Oh my God.
I'm just correcting you on what you just said.
My whole life revolves around Steven. How dare I? How dare I, as a woman in this generation, have outsourced people that I
You're right, but I don't even know why this even coming up. I'm correcting what you just said about me not hanging out with you.
My personal feelings about something. I've never had a conversation with you. Do you know who I'm in a
But we're not talking about, listen, we're not talking about you.
Because I've never relied on Steven for those things. I have the same group
You
of
never
friends.
relied on Steven for what?
Friends. And I'm so close with them. They were at our home all the time. They still come see me almost weekly.
Okay. What are we talking about right now?
Because you are not my best
No,
friend.
Allison, what are we talking about right now?
What are we talking about? I'm a terrible human.
Allison, what are we talking about right now? See how she just switched
I'm
up?
trying to get you to see right now that just because I don't come to you or the brothers about my personal feelings about something.
But Allison, that's not what we're even talking about.
We ain't even talking about that. I have my own people that I'm close with and I've always been close
Allison,
with.
that ain't even what we're talking about.
Were we even talking about that? Beautiful thing.
But that ain't what we're talking about. You just said, the only reason why I just said what I said was because you said you didn't even hang out with us. I corrected you and said, no, I didn't hang out with you. And that's how we got what we got. Hold on. So here's what I'm saying. All I'm saying, here's what I'm saying, Allison. We keep going off on different things. Here's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that I'm going to just be straight up front with you, man. There's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the NDAs in order to go to our friend's funeral. Hey, watch this. So I'm gonna post another receipt. So y'all know how we all know Allison because Twitch. It's common knowledge. That's why we know Allison. That's why everybody knows Allison. That's why we know her. Okay.
That's what I said. Hey, reality with Krista Marie.
Just as much as they were before.
Okay. Well, I was trying to. You help us.
A lot of them. Okay. Apparently you did. You asking me a question to redirect up here. But then when you on step part, he could have asked for help. What is you with me?
You can sit there and say what you just said. It's time. It's time to go ahead and post this. I'm gonna post this receipt because this is really gonna end it all. Please stop acting like you cared about my homeboy's mental health in front of People Magazine and all this stuff because I got you. So the next thing I'm about to post is basically her proving that she just really just dismissed. She ain't on camera. When she ain't on camera, she a different person. That's a different Emmanuel. It ain't me. My name is Emmanuel. Y'all talking about that other Emmanuel that she was walking out of a hotel with right after my boy departed. You see, I'm about to play something for y'all because I got you. So she gets on here talking about mental health. Y'all, she didn't care about his mental health. She didn't care about his mental health, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how dismissive she really is about his mental health behind closed doors. Behind closed doors. Oh, see these little comments talking about you love clout? Listen to me, fool. If I love clout, I wouldn't be on here doing this. Everybody that's quiet, they love clout. Everybody that ain't coming through the portals, they love clout. Everybody that ain't speaking up right now because they afraid to lose brand deals or people not liking them, they love clout. The people who saying stuff like me, we got so much to lose. I got 3 kids. We got a new show we about to drop. I own a studio that Steven sponsored on the Ellen show. Oh, I got a lot to lose for me saying all of this. Could it get sued? I got a lot to lose. Dummy? Yeah. Dummy? Yeah. So come from behind that little thank you. I'm risking everything doing this. Yeah, and I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I don't care at all what happens. I don't care at all. You came after a dead man that was a walking angel. You came after a dead man that was a walking angel. You name one person on this who can say one bad thing about this man. I'll wait. One thing bad about this dude, bro. Nobody will speak anything bad about this man because it's who he was behind closed doors. The same person he was on the show.
Love you.
That's who he
Love
really
you too, Krista.
was. I got videos of me and him before I got videos of me and him when we was in our 20s. The same person. So, yeah, talk that talk with somebody. I got everything to lose right now. I know people gonna come after me. After this, they gonna come after me. So, come after me. Oh, well, come after me. We don't give a fuck about no NDA. We don't care about none of that. You got on a magazine cover, and we was quiet this whole time, man. Man, we was quiet this whole time, nigga. For his kids and his mama. And when his mama gave us to go, it's time to go. So let's go ahead and play this little recording. So apparently, she cares so much about mental health and this and that. Oh, I'm not defending myself. I'm just making it known that I don't give a damn. That's all. Because I don't. I waited 2 years to do this. I don't care. Yeah, my kids gonna see this one day. My kids gonna see what type of friend I was one day. Dummy. His kids gonna see who was his real friend one day. Yeah, who spoke up for his mama. Yeah, talk to yourself. Now watch this. On your left. I am Iron Man. I told you, girl, I got all the crystals, whatever they call. Watch this.
I protect the hell
Watch
I'm
this.
Steven.
Watch this.
And I know I did a great job at it.
Yeah.
Integrity.
Why would you, I know nobody attack, you keep using this word attack, it's just crazy to me. And how you can sit there and say what you just said, knowing, I thought you said you knew he had.
I am doing everything I can, but still. I loved him more than anything.
Watch this.
He could have stayed and been helped.
Don't say that.
We want this. We would want the family to see his.
Hey, it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Steven left. So when you say
What do you mean Steven left? What do you mean? Y'all ready? Here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. The dismissal. The dismissal. Y'all need to go unfollow her. You need to repost this. Everything she got on mental health need to be taken down. Listen to this disgusting crap. Listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Because I told you. Watch this right here. Watch this. Watch this.
You realize that Steven left.
Watch this.
So when you say
What the? Two different views on stuff. So at the end of the day, it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
realize that Steven left. So when you say he could have stayed.
Don't say that shit.
Helped.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yes, no, I'm allowed to.
No, you ain't allowed to say no stupid shit like
also
that.
the other side.
You ain't allowed to say no stupid shit like that, man. That's fucked up. What you mean he could have stayed?
He could have stayed and been a partner. He could still be helping fathering these children with me. I would love to wake up next to him every single day still. I loved him more than anything.
Shut your ass up.
I still talk to him. He still talks to me. He still comes to me in my dreams. I still ask him for advice. He still guides me. I am doing some crazy ass shit. I still communicate with him. I am doing everything I can. And do you know what my only job is? It ain't to worry about you. My job is to worry about these 3 kids. And I'm doing a beautiful goddamn job at it.
Think so?
And I protect the hell out of Steven. And I know I'm doing a great job at it. So
I thought you said you knew he had mental issues. I thought you said you knew he was going through stuff. And then you just say some dark shit like, well, I mean, he should have stayed. He should have stayed.
Mental. He could have got therapy. He could have talked to someone. He could have asked for
Where
help.
was you at? Why couldn't he talk to you? Why couldn't he talk to you? Y'all was so close, right?
It doesn't have to just
No, y'all was so close, right? Why couldn't he talk to you?
His mother. It could have been.
Because he had a hell of conversations with
say that about.
he had a hell of conversations with me about what he did. Why couldn't he talk to you? You hear that part? He had a hell of conversations. Yeah. You hear that? You hear that part? He had a hell of conversations with me about why he couldn't talk to you.
Sure, my guy.
Yeah. What do you mean, sure? It's real fucked up to say what you just said. He could just be here. It's like a dismissal. You're dismissing all the shit that he went through up here. But then when you're on social media and you in front of people, oh, he was, going through so much. But then you just say that shit like, well, why ain't he here?
Do you know what he
Why
went
ain't
through
he
as a
here?
child?
Why ain't he sitting here?
He went through as a child?
I know a whole bunch of shit he went through. I don't understand why you've been dismissed. Don't change the subject now.
No, I'm asking like to know if context you do know what his brain was.
Hey, look.
You actually
Listen,
know?
you ask questions to like
No,
redirect.
I'm asking.
You asking me a question to redirect like that. You keep doing it. As if you like to have this know-it-all. You just know more than everybody else. You don't. You don't.
I laid next to this man every
Yeah,
single
guess
night.
what? A lot of women lay next to men. A lot of women lay next to men, especially white women and black men, lay next to them.
It's because of my race.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of white women lay next to black men and don't know shit about what's going on in his mental. A lot of them.
Okay.
Apparently you didn't.
Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shit about my boy. Like it was just dismissing his mental health. He should just.
I didn't dismiss him.
Yeah, you did. How did you just say that?
But
How
you
could you?
could have stayed.
Then why he here? Then why didn't you help him?
To leave.
Then why didn't you
It's
help
not
him?
my decision.
Then why didn't you help him? Why didn't you help him then? You knew him so
I
well.
really wish I could have.
You knew him so well. Why didn't you help him?
Why didn't you
You
help
know everything. You know his
I
background.
never said I know everything.
Okay, but you said it. That's what I'm saying. Don't talk like that. If you
I'm not talking like I know everything.
no, but don't be dismissive
mental health. No. Don't dismiss his mental health. That's all I'm saying. Don't dismiss it. Honey, I'm so over this conversation.
I bet you are. I bet she is over the conversation. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. And to be clear, I'm not speaking against interracial marriages. I was in one myself. Martin Luther King said, "We don't judge people on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character." And here's what it comes down to: there are cultural differences in those relationships that need to be addressed, and a lot of times they are not. And when they are addressed, it seems like it's just very dismissed, on this side of the tracks. I lived it. You understand? So I'm not speaking against. I have biracial children, and again, my ex is not white. Well, not fully white. She's Arab and white. So even in that sense, it could be black and anything. When there's a cultural difference, a lot of times, because the other person isn't black and they don't understand what black people go through, right? There's a cultural, there's a disconnect, and that's okay. That's something that, hey, you work out, you talk about, but when it's not talked about, as you can see, he couldn't talk to this woman. Well, I can't even talk to this woman. Do you understand? I can't even talk to her. So no, he could not talk to her. And let's go deeper. When he would try to talk to me, the times when he would talk to me about because we went through the same type of stuff, dude. Why? Tell me why he'd have to go. All right, let me go. He going in the closet, or he going in. Let me go back here and let me. Man, I don't want to. Bro, put your foot down. Talk. And he felt like he couldn't. And I'm not. Hey, listen, man, bro. She lying, bro. And she just came for the wrong one, bro. She came for the wrong one, bro. She did, bro.
For real, I love the fuck out of this guy, and I still celebrate him every day. All right. And just because I'm white. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I made a point. No, I know. I made a point, though. White women with because it's a real thing. It's a real thing that goes on, though. It's a real thing. To you? No, in general. In general, it's a real thing. And trust me, me and Bob talked about it. Trust me, it's a real thing. You sitting there talking about. No, you sitting there saying. No. Can you honestly? How about you sit back? It's the cultural. It is the cultural disconnect. Even for 2 seconds. Nah. It's the cultural disconnect that you obviously ain't willing to listen to. She will. You can't even really sit. I have 3 children that I'm raising every day. I'm doing. Okay, you got them around the black family. You got them around the black that you ain't willing to listen to. That you obviously ain't willing to listen to. She can't even listen to me. Now, look at the conversation I'm having with her. If y'all knew Steven, everybody that knows Steven, do he talk the way I'm talking in here? No. So can you look at how she's dealing with me? Look at how she's dealing with and talking to me. And I'm breaking it down. What do you think he went through? And if you knew Steven, I don't care about none of y'all that didn't know him, that they got something to say about those of us who did. The people who knew him, imagine what he went through, y'all. Imagine what it was like talking to her.
from Steven's level. Imagine what it was, y'all. From his point of view. If you knew him and you knew his spirit and you knew what the heart that he had, you couldn't even. Yeah, man. Oh, I didn't choose my language carefully. I don't give a damn. Y'all, you don't know who I am. You better ask somebody. Nigga, I don't care at all. At all. You can't even
I
really
have
say.
3 children that I'm raising every day. I'm doing
Okay, you got them around the black family? Do you got them around their black family? Do you have them around their black family? You are raising 3 black kids. Do you have them around a black family?
I don't have 3 black kids. I only have 2 black kids, so you don't even know that.
Oh, okay.
Leslie ain't black.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was trying to. I was trying to just give her. I was really just trying to say something, but I was really trying to throw something in there that you really didn't even just hear. But again, okay, you're right. You're right. Wesley wasn't Steven's biological child. You're right, and you do have 2 black kids. Are you going to allow those 2 black kids to be around the black side of the family?
They have been just as much as they were before.
Okay, guess what? Okay. Listen to me. Well, watch this. But they want to see them, though. But they want to see their kids more. But they want to see them more. Are you willing to allow that?
I'm not responsible to do more than Steven did before. I've got my own life.
What do you mean you're not responsible? Yes, you are. You're the only. You are the last living thing that has the power.
Doing what we always had done. Steven was supposed to go see his grandparents and never went. Back in November, he didn't want to go.
Why?
So do not.
Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
Do more.
No, why didn't he want to go?
Was willing
Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
He didn't want to go see Connie.
What? Y'all hear that? I told you. I told you. You hear that? You hear what she does? You hear what she does? Why didn't he want to go? He didn't want to go see Connie. Y'all, by the way, Connie is his mama. Steven loved Connie. Play with something safe. I'm not safe. In situations like this, I'm not safe. I'm not going to stay quiet. I'm not going to stay quiet. You can bring up my past. You can bring up anything bad that somebody can say about me. My ex already tried it. I don't give a damn. I done lost a lot. For those who have been following me, I done lost a lot. So I don't really care. I don't care. But did y'all hear that? You hear that? Mm-hmm. Blamed his mama. And said to me, like I didn't know, like I don't know the truth. I know I didn't want to go, but blame the mama. Y'all still think we lying? His mama lying? You still think his brother and sisters is lying? I mean, his brothers is lying? Sisters meaning Comfort and Courtney and everybody. You think they lying? You think it's lies? It ain't lies. Ain't nobody lying on this woman. On the contrary, we've had grace on this woman. On the contrary, we've had grace on this woman. We've had grace. We sat back and we have been quiet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've been quiet.
He didn't want to go.
Yo, why?
So do not.
Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
Do more.
No, why didn't he want to go?
Why
didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
He didn't want to go see Connie.
What?
Oh, guess what? Maybe they have a different relationship than you actually know because you weren't talking to him.
I'm asking you to your knowledge. Why didn't he want to go?
I do not owe you any of our private conversations, but they weren't even private. These were in front of our team members. He didn't go. And that was on Steven not wanting to go. Had nothing to do with me. Honestly, I owe you no more than that. I give you those details. I know details. I'm letting you just talk. I got my details.
Hey, I know the details. I'm just letting you talk. I got the details. I'm just letting you talk. Woo! Boy, I wish you could see this. I know he proud of me. I used to make him crack up with stuff just like this. I know he proud of me. Right? So she don't owe me no, I like what somebody just said. So she don't give me no details, really, because there ain't no details to give. But then she'd go give the world details, right? You see what I'm saying? Y'all? Y'all, my hair's jacked up. I ain't cut my nails. I'm over here looking scruff McGruff in a Starbucks in a Starbucks bathroom. Man. Boy. Man.
From the horse's mouth. Cameron, do not even live in this state. Okay. They do not live. What does that mean? Before any of this happened, always was the one being like, okay, let's bring your family out, let's fly them out. My assistant and I would book their flights, put them up in hotels, get them cars. I've never stopped doing that. I'm just uplifting and still doing the things I always did before. Steven never planned that shit. Do you know that Dee's never been in the Ellen Show?
You said,
you know that?
Wait,
Do you know why? He would ask all the time.
What does that mean?
Steven never invited him. Did you know this?
What does that mean? What's your point in saying that?
Well, you can kind of make it out for yourself if you like. But my whole team
I don't make things out for myself. I like the explanation.
Do you know the last time that Cameron came to the Ellen Show, Steven freaked out in front of everyone. I was like, I've never.
She got on his mama, then she got on D, his brother, and then she got on Cam, his baby brother. That's what she do. This is what she do. This is what she does. And I got so much more to post. But I think I'm going to post this little last part. This last part, boy, I mean, it should be enough for y'all. I'm going to post this last part. And then maybe we'll get more later. How about that?
I just asked you a simple question.
Watch this. So, she want to honor him, right? She claimed that everything she doing is to honor him, right? That she'll honor him and yada, 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 blah, 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 honor him. I asked her to honor him, and I just did it just to prove that it ain't got nothing to do with honoring him. She don't really want to honor him. She doesn't care. This part is really hard to hear because of all the talks we had. Where he talked about working. He was so happy that he worked so hard to be able to provide her a certain type of life. And her kid that she came into the relationship with. This was a single mom.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Go have a great time. Be more shorty. Thanks for coming. Love you.
That he got with.
See you later.
And he busted his butt to provide for her. Everybody knows. For her and all three of his kids, according to him. Okay? She knew that. Everybody knew that. It
was a known thing. Publicly, it is a known thing. We all know, okay, that he busted his butt for her to provide for her and give her the life that she has. Do y'all understand? To hear your brother talk to you behind closed doors where he's so happy about being able to see a smile on her face, regardless of how hard it was to live with her. And then that dude was an angel. He's a better man than me. He's a better man than most. But he busted his butt for her. Okay? Her child and then his child, which again, all three of them to him was his children. And he should not be called. And I'll tell everybody this. The little girl, leave the little girl alone. She's about 15, 16. But I will say a little thing to her. You don't call him Stephen. You call him Dad. You don't call him Stephen. You call him Dad. Because he busted his butt for you. And he was there from day one. When your dad wasn't. So you don't call him Stephen. You know, we grew up calling, uncles, our uncles and aunties.
Here you go, Callie.
Or you didn't call adults by their first name, especially not, sweetheart, one that has busted his butt for you. Okay? Now, I defended you, sweetheart, and I'm going to keep defending you because you're 15, 16 years old, and you're trying to have your mama's back. I get it. I get it. You don't understand. You don't know what you don't know. But you don't call him Stephen. You call him Dad. I think that he deserves that much. Don't you think? Because you said he was there from day one. In your live, I watched the whole thing. You said he was there from day one. You said he raised you. You said he taught you this. But Stephen, sweetie, don't let the love for your mom make you forget the love for your dad. The man that was your dad. Mamas can be wrong. Dads can be wrong. And that's okay. I've been wrong before. That's okay. But you just show a little bit of respect. That's all I'm asking of you. You show a little bit of respect. I posted a post for telling people don't come after you and talk, but you don't call him Stephen. Call him Dad. Every time you refer to him, you're calling Dad. Okay. With that being said, I'm gonna play this last part, and not stepdad, Dad. I'm gonna play this last part where it comes to honoring. I will say it again. Don't let the love you have for your mom make you forget the love of your dad. Okay? I'm gonna play this last part, and again, we all know how much he wanted to provide for this woman. He loved this woman, regardless. And I asked her it was like my last thing. I was just hoping to find something in her, okay, that, I don't know, I could maybe say, well, maybe, at least she's this. I was looking for something. And so this is I asked her, can you at least honor him? And the reason why I said this, to be clear, is because it's what he was so happy to do. He was so happy to be able to provide for her
make her more famous, because they were the family, they were and he was happy to do that. And so I asked her, like my last thing to ask her, well, can you at least honor him and say that you have what you have because of his hard work? Can you at least do that? It was my last hope. And this is what her answer was. Okay? I don't care about any of y'all coming after me after this. I am Iron Man. Okay? Can you honor my... Okay? This is the part that's hard to hear. This is the hard part to hear.
My career, years
Okay? All his hard work he did.
that. I love
You have
the awful things y'all have said.
Begin.
I'm still doing it. I have to plan all that for them.
You did it before. You had no problem before.
I'm still doing it.
Oh, so you...
It was just
Oh,
someone don't cut so sick.
what?
All them took them to go get food. Yes. And then
What?
all the awful things y'all. That's the crazy thing for you
You
guys.
said you're the
I wake up every single day thinking
with that, right?
that what?
That you have the life you have because of Steven?
Thinking
You have the life you have because of life.
to not live my life.
You deserve it. You say you deserve it.
Living my life just for Steven. And then.
Well,
Because I'm not that person. I'm doing successful.
okay.
Because I'm not like, what if? Even after all the awful things y'all have said. Because I'm not that person. I'm doing exactly what I always did. And I also deserve this life. I'm not living my life just for Steven. And I don't know.
If you knew how much his greatest thing was to provide for this woman and his 3 kids to him. It was his biggest thing. I asked her, could she at least honor that? And I was looking for that last thing. Okay? I was looking for it. This is her response.
And I also deserve this life. The awful things y'all have said. Even after all the awful things y'all have said. I'm not that person. Exactly what I always did. And I also deserve this life. I'm not living my life just for Steven. And I don't know if that's the crazy thing for you guys.
You say you deserve what life?
To not live my life.
You say you deserve what life?
I never want that. I love
You have the life you have because of Steven.
And he's the father of my children. And I celebrate.
You have the life you have because of Steven.
I wake up every single day thinking.
You have the life you have because of Steven. You know that, right? You can agree with that, right?
That what?
That you have the life you have because of Steven? You can agree with that? You can honor him, right?
I cannot.
You can honor him in that way? In his hard work? All his hard work he did. You have...
I'm not a
I never said that. I'm asking you. You can honor my friend in admitting that you are blessed with the life you have right now because of his hard work.
His hard work and only his?
Okay, and you know what I'm saying. Can you? Yeah, you do.
You're not saying that.
But you do, though.
And I think you should tread carefully because I also
I'm sorry, what?
started my career.
Why are you going to tread carefully? Everybody knows it, though.
Knows what?
That you have everybody knows his hard work is why you have the life you have.
No, not everyone thinks that.
What? It's public knowledge. You know it, though.
Do you know that every job we've ever worked on, I've made more than him or the same as him?
Allison, stop the cap.
Oh, you know that we made equal.
Allison.
You know that? You didn't know that?
Allison, I know producers, I know executives. Don't. Shut
I also
Allison.
I'm in this, and I'm working in this industry.
Allison, listen. On that end of the conversation, you can't
How
cap.
dare you? I don't deserve any of this because
No, you. What do you do? What don't you deserve? I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you. I just asked you. I'm not attacking you. I just asked you a simple question. Can you honor my friend in the truth that you are living the life, blessed life you have. Praise God. Praise God. I'm glad you have a blessed life. But can you honor him that the reason why you have as much as you have, how about that? And the extent that you have is because of my friend's hard work.
I cannot honor that in the way that you're saying.
Well, hey, listen. Again, my only request was that, you know, you allow Connie to talk to those babies as much as she needs to. She needs to connect with her grandkids.
She can call them any day of the week, and she doesn't call Emmanuel. That's not my problem.
Okay, well, that's what
They
she said.
all have Wesley's number. Max has his own number. Like, they all can call whenever.
You're done. You're finito. Finished. I would have kept it to myself. I would have taken it to the grave. But you came after my friend. And you came after my friend's mama. And you came after my friend's brothers. And you came after to destroy my friend's image in people's hearts. You put a mask on as if you were trying to be an advocate for him, and I've been quiet. I want you to imagine how hard that is to watch somebody publicly lie on your boy. On his mama. You sure got them kids around that white dude you date. And guys, when I say white dude, I'm not speaking against white people. I love all my people. What I'm saying is she doesn't have those babies running outside of the family. It's okay. Everybody knows now, okay? All right, sweetheart, everybody knows now. It's out there. Y'all can come after me. You know, I know people are going to try to come after me, and I already know it. So when they come after me, y'all please know that it's because of this. It's because I'm this type of guy. And I'm a man, I'm a black cowboy. I stand 10 toes down, baby. Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. My friends that spoke up, Courtney, Comfort, Cyrus. I just saw your post. I love you, brother. Nelson, Andy, Leslie, Phil, Ian Eastwood. I know I'm missing a lot of people. My brain is all his family members. We did it. We did it. And I don't mind being Iron Man. I don't care what I lose. I don't care. So, I am love. I have love. And I deserve love. All of you do. Allison does. Everybody deserves love. And I'm not saying this to, attack her personally, but you came for my friend and his mama. And he wasn't here to defend himself, so I'm here. So, that being said,
Okay, you guys, that was Manny Cross, the best friend of Twitch boss. We know him as he was on the Ellen show. He passed. They are saying it's by, whenever they say a black man dies by his own hand, because they say we allegedly hang ourselves all the time in front of the freaking, or in front of their little town halls on the hanging tree. I didn't ask you to do all that. Let's see. Hey, Elsa! Elsa! I thought I asked it to stop sharing. Am I still here? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Okay, you guys. So that was none other than Manny Cross, Twitch bosses thing. Oh, you were actually watching his live, Krista? Wow. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even know that was going on. There are always people who are lucky, but for the most part, step parent is somebody who's there. That is true, but there are a lot of step parents who continue to be in that person's life, just like there are dads who find out they're not the daddy and still in that child's life. So love is love is love is love is love. And if there's a bond that can't be broken, then it just can't be broken, whether or not you stop, having sexual relations with the other person. There's many awesome stories about that, I believe. So anyway, so do you guys think Allison's a liar? Do you think she's a gold digger? Do you think she was his handler? Do you think there's some suspicion? Do you think it's odd that he would have used her gun? And then how she said he could have chosen to stay here. And then in Sloan Bella's thing, they were antagonized. They were had him tied up and gagged and bound, and they were forcing him to choose, and it was between this or that, and he was okay, fine, kind of thing. And that's how we came to even get to his body in the hotel room. So maybe she knew he had a choice to make, and instead of just do whatever they wanted to do, she knows that he didn't do it, thereby proxy choosing not to be here. Could Sloan be telling the truth? She has been so far. Anyway, you guys, thanks for hanging out. It's been 2.5 hours of my beautiful Sunday afternoon here in California. Don't worry, I'm not near the fires. I'm in Northern California. Those fires, unfortunately, are in Southern California. We did talk a little bit about how the insurance thing is working on that. The insurance commissioner did just announce, for all the people who hate California and they would never because the insurance companies blah. Well, the insurance commissioner just put a moratorium on cancellations and told the insurance companies that they have to, he's requesting that they honor any cancellations that they may have done in the last 12 months, in the previous 12 months, and putting a moratorium on future cancellations for a moment here in California. So they're trying. Plus, I think he did that also because when Joe Biden did come out, which is what Spencer Pratt said, the reason the fires were getting put out, because Spencer Pratt was one of the first people who was recording about the fires, because they literally were right behind his house in the hills. And so he was like, oh, it looks like there's a fire. And he was recording. And then so here came a couple of air things to put the fires out, because it was a mountainous region. There's no way that they were about to get a fire hose or one of those special canvas bags they use for small fires to put out fires. There was no way they was going to get that up there. And so they were using aircrafts to douse out the flames in these mountainous, treacherous regions and stuff. And so he was watching it. He recorded it. It's on his live from that day. And then they left. And he said that he asked somebody why they leave. And they told him, oh, it's because Biden is using the airspace and we can't be in the airspace. But that was when the fires very first started, and Biden didn't actually show up anywhere until days later. Those things started on the 7th. And I think he didn't even pop up until like maybe the 10th, maybe. Was Biden here on the 10th? Anyway, or did the fire start on the 5th? Anyway, so Biden wasn't even like in town until after everything had become destructive, when he came and he signed the 100% federal relief for the next 180 days for California. And so that takes us through the inauguration of 45, which anybody who is a Californian or has been following, 45 hates Newsom. And even though, I mean, it's not enough that one of your sons is boning his wife. I mean, like, really, like, I mean, Gavin Newsom's ex-wife is now a Trump, okay? And that's not enough for the man. He wants the man's head on a spigot. Anyway, so they have this hate relationship. And so as soon as 45 won against Kamala, and that installation was thwarted, as soon as he won, Newsom allegedly started trying to Trump-proof California. And I'm not sure exactly what that entails, but he was trying to shore California's, I guess, chest up, our resources. He was trying to shore up our resources in anticipation of not getting any federal help for the next 4 years because of 45's boner for Newsom. And so any resources that we had that was surplus, we're going to have to spend state funds on this too. We can't just rely on federal funds, even though those are going to be available for the next 180 days at 100%. So anybody who's in my voice, who is in Southern California, TikTok seems to be the place to find out resources. I'm not seeing any tickers at the bottom of any news screens talking about go here for help, go here for shelter, call this number to see if there's a loved one missing, or nothing. It's so weird, you guys. And I was out here for the fires in 2017 when we had those punch bowl fires in Napa, and the fire from Santa Ana blew over to Napa. And then there was another one over there. It was the same thing, where it was a trifecta of a fire. 3 separate fires ended up blowing into one huge fire, and it was crazy. I bet the grapes that do end up coming out of that soil will be fantastic when they finally get graping. But yeah. So, but during that natural disaster, there was strange winds again. It didn't happen in January. It was like more like October, November kind of era. And so at the bottom of every screen, whether you were in Napa or in Fairfield or in Oakland, they were like constantly saying where people could go and look for help. Like, just like, I don't know. It's so odd this time. It's very, very odd. They're spending a lot of time trying to blame the Mayor Bass. She's a Black woman. They're bringing up DEI. There's a white woman, fire chief, and then there's Gavin. So there's a lot of politicizing instead of just, write the check and send the freaking cleanup crew. You know what I'm saying? It's lots of finger pointed. They want to all of a sudden know exactly how this happened. Well, shit, there's a mess to clean up. Look, too much talking in the front won't get nothing done in the back. Ask North Carolina. They're still sitting around looking around. You know what I'm saying? And that flood washed everything downhill, remember? And that just happened before the holidays. And so I don't know, just a shout out to everyone. And then for some reason, this is awakening the demons. I'm going to just call them demons, all the little fire starters. It's literally like this legion of fire starting demons has been awakened because the fire is freaking burning where it's burning, which happens to be a freaking portal epicenter for the unconscious elevation of the people that don't necessarily know there's an opportunity to awaken and evolve. There's little portals and epicenters. And so there's supposed to be an epicenter in Malibu, which is why people are drawn to like LA. And subconsciously, energetically, they're drawn there because there's this portal that allows you to awaken and, you know, elevate consciously in your frequency and all that stuff. You guys can check it out. Anyway, so for the fire to have been started there and the fire to have been, all three fires were set at the same time. Maybe somebody was trying to trigger something at that portal. I don't know. There's a lot of theories on level 8. You know, I love level 8. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys before we go, just real quick, the video evidence that all the fires started at the same exact moment. If my computer will let me. Before we leave, thanks again for being here on LRGA Curves today. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell, and ring the bell because Dr. Heavenly will be here next Wednesday, the 15th at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time, live and in person to take our questions. I'm sure we'll have a lot of questions for her, especially after this upcoming scene tonight on Married to Medicine. I'm positive we'll have even more questions for our wonderful Dr. Heavenly about who said what, when, where, and the why of it all. So, where is my freaking? Oh, here we are. Let's play this one. And now I'll start sharing this. Did I say start? Yep. And I'll just go here, and we'll go here. Here. And now this is satellite imagery of when the fire started here in California. And today is 12th. This was posted 4 days ago. And it's satellite imagery of when the fire started, you guys. Is it a coincidence? Is it? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I ask you. I ask you. Is it a coincidence? Yeah, and Callie, you're right. It's like fire started, then the wind. So, okay, back to the Pratt story, the Spencer Pratt story. So they told him it was because Biden was in the airspace and they had to touch down. I had reported previously that it was because the winds were like 85 miles an hour, and who can like drop water on that? Right. But both were true. Well, I know mine was true. Maybe Biden and them knew. Maybe Air Force One had lasers on it that started this shit. Who knows what the F is going on? They said that it was lasers that started the ones in Hawaii when the blue stuff didn't burn. But I haven't seen any evidence of blue things remaining in Altadena, Palisades, Malibu, Santa Monica. The fire got all the way down on Sunset Boulevard, you guys. That's a crazy, crazy fire. It's almost near, it just crossed over into a city named Brentwood. California's fire season is not usually in January, but you know, freaks in nature. And global warming. I couldn't even say it right, but global warming. You can believe it or not, but if it's frozen where it used to be thawed, ask Greenland. Ask Greenland, is there global warming? Ask the Antarctic shelf if there's global warming. Ask. I would ask. Oh, you can't. They're melted. But then again, was it global warming that made the ice age happen or stop or start? Right? What wiped out the dinosaurs? I mean, there's a lot of unpredictables that our tiny human minds can't even comprehend. But this right here looks comprehensible, and it looks like sabotage. That's what these three fires in a triangle around the portal of manifestation and awakening had been set. 3 separate fires. Isn't that interesting? And then if you look at how the smoke plumes happen, each 3 fire computer participating, you'll see at least 3 distinct plumes of smoke, which within the 3. Look at that. You see that? I've been watching this and rewatching it and watching it and rewatching it and watching it. I'm like, those are three. It looks like three fires of three. 369. It looks like three fires of three. Do you see it? Are you going to play again for me, or do I have to tap you again? Oh, here it comes. Plumes from each fire as I do. So there's three separate fires, and there's three plumes from each starting thing. Do you see that? You know, I love level 8 shit. This is so level 8. But actually, I got it straight off of Instagram, and they didn't even remove my video. It must be because the new rule is in effect. I sure hope it means I can go live again soon. Because I made it to their list. Talking about I'm reporting false information. How is it false when I get it? It had 35,000 likes on it when I got it, Instagram. How is it now? Well, it didn't have a warning on it when I read that shit. But then I repost that shit. 3 fires with 3 distinct plumes within each fire. That white out. Look how fast it goes to like this white. Look at that white smoke come up in there. It's amazing. I literally, I can't go live on IG. It says you don't have access to this function. That's what it tells me on IG. Yep. I made it to their big list. Anyway, so I see 3 distinct plumes in 3 separate areas that appear to be a triangle. I feel like this is an intentional thing. There may or may not have been lasers involved. We've been reporting UFOs in the clouds, weird flying objects descending through all the plumes of this thick mass of smoke. I've been posting it on my Instagram at LRGA Curves with 2 S's. So anyway, you guys, again, thanks for coming through. I love you guys. Remember, there's enough to go around, so go get some and whatnot, especially because we see that life is short and nothing is promised. I hope you get what you need to get when you need to get it, because look, get it while the getting is good. Okay. I was thinking about crazy shit. Like I already mentioned how what we're seeing in California looks like what we've been seeing in Gaza for over a year. Just the destruction, the total annihilation. It looks like there's some type of, land grab thing going on. I don't know. It's looking like footage I've seen already. I don't know. But it's just crazy that it's going on right now. So knowing that those people just spent all that money on Christmas presents. There was this little meme this morning, not a meme, a video of the little boy returning home with his parents and everything's gone. And he's like, everything lost its color. And these are the only 2 toys I have. And our chimney used to be there. And Santa can't come here and leave presents anymore. And you know what I mean? And it's just so endearing. And so really do what's important for you and your family. Really do what's important for you and your family. There's not supposed to be any price gouging. I don't know who you can contact about that shit right now, though. But there's evidence of price gouging going on for rental, $100 on the 9th when another fire broke out. And yesterday on the 11th, they wanted $5,500 in rent for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, you guys. That's what the fuck they're doing with 3 fires being started at the same time. That's what the fuck they're doing. So that has nothing to do with the governor. That has nothing to do with the mayor. That has to do with the greed and disgusting greed of humans during a freaking emergency. On the other hand, though, there have been quite the number of people who immediately leapt into action, reserving entire hotel blocks, and then just being like, meet me here. I have a room key for you. Anybody from the Bravo world, you may or may not know that Bravo's Bethany Frankel, her Be Strong that she started. Remember Carol Razwit? helped her do something, and then she ended up going and she started helping during emergencies. Well, that foundation, her Be Strong Foundation, is in full swing. She goes around during emergencies, and I was up in the California going around giving out cash, giving out gift cards. Now I'm not sure where the people are going to be able to go and spend the money, because a lot of the businesses are are burnt down too. I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe the gift cards have enough to go get you an Airbnb. Also, the Airbnbs out here were given 7-night stays for free. So there's been a lot of compassion, but there's a lot of fuckery McFuckerson going on also. So we're going to have to just pray these demons up out of here and pray these arson setting demons who have been triggered by the fires. It's crazy, you guys. Literally just walking around setting fires it's crazy. The amount of arson that's happening that has been triggered by this arson. This looks like arson to me. There's no way in all my levels of conspiracy theorizing that I will ever believe that 3 fires with 3 distinct plumes of smoke. So even if you got to one of those fucking fires, there was still going to be 2 other little fires to put out nearby. There was still going to be at least two other little fires that you were going to have to run to and try to put out before they turned on the wind machine with the harp dial. I'm telling you, level 8 is hot. It's ripe right now. But this video does not help anybody who says it's natural, anybody who wants to blame Newsom. You know who you need to fucking blame? Did you guys know? Here in California, we should be flush with water, but somebody, it wasn't Newsom.
Erica Glass.
It wasn't Newsom. Somebody who wasn't Newsom decided to sell all the water rights in California, like of 100% worth of water rights. One billionaire couple who's distributes Fiji water, pistachios, and some other stuff. One billionaire couple owns like between 60 and 80 per fucking cent of the water supply of California. I'm in California. I've been here. This is the first I heard of that shit. This is the first I heard. I can't tell. My lawn looks the color of this paper right here. Whomever we shall call on will be saved. It looks that color, yellow, brown, because we can't be watering the grass like that, you guys. But one couple owns all that fucking water, and I'm on a ration? Bitch. Really? And did you guys know that there was a reservoir, right? So this fire that's closest to the coast, can you see that? Can you guys see my cursor right here? Let me see. Can you see my cursor? No, it doesn't look like you can see my cursor. I don't know. Let's see. Can you see my cursor? No, it doesn't look like it. Anyway, so the fire that's closest to what coast, you guys, the lower left-hand portion of this picture, the lower left, that's the ocean, the coast. So the fire started in the mountains, and you see the wind is initially blowing east, which is traditionally the way the wind blows in this region. Like all the trees are wind bent to the east from the wind coming off the coast of the west and blowing towards the east. And so they're all wind bent along the coast. All the trees are wind bent, right? And so the initial plumes of smoke they're on pattern. But the fact that it was so much wind was out of character. And that fire came from where it is on the mountain ridge and burnt up Bose's house from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills oceanfront property. It came from that fucking plume of smoke down at the lowest plume of smoke is the Palisades, Malibu, creeping into Calabasas. Kim Kardashian's house is under threat right now. Paris Hilton's house burnt down. Jennifer Tilly, she had to evacuate for a second time. I'm like, are people getting the word early or something? Like, how did you find out that you needed to evacuate before the fire jumped the line? Or did you just have a sense? I mean, poker players have a sixth sense, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, she had to evacuate again. And so people are being displaced and then redisplaced. Like they're like, oh, I'm fine. And then somebody will go set another fire and start another fucking fan. And then we have what we have over and over and over and over and over again. Okay. So you guys be safe. Don't sign anything. You're really emotional right now. If anything has been damaged of yours, don't sign anything. Don't sign anything. Okay. There's going to be a lot of people because remember after the Hawaii fires, a lot of people got descended on in their moment of freaking emotion, and they were getting made offers, and the offers were way low, and the people were like didn't have nowhere to go, and they were taking that shit. Now new houses are going up all over the local stuff, and yeah. So anyway, and then there's this other slight theory, real quick before we jump off. We got 45 seconds. So there's this other slight theory that they wanted to burn all this shit down because allegedly they want to try to have a smart city here in California by 2028 or something like that. And I'm like, Americans don't build that fast. What are we going to get? China to build it or something? Because, we do not move that fast to be trying to burn all the shit down, clean it up and rebuild by 2028. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, so you guys, that's my time today. Be sure that if you are within the sound of my voice that you go get some because there's enough to go around. Okay? Love you. See you in the next video. Smash the buttons. Ring my bell. See you here on Wednesday the 15th for Dr. Heavenly's interview. Peace.